Well, hi everyone. Welcome back to Frankenmuth, Michigan. It's just coming up on an hour here to lunchtime, and we ended up getting lucky. The local co-op had one of their row crop spreading rigs that's all set up on floats available. Pardon me. And they don't have a driver, but they said we could use it to get some lime spread, as long as we had a telehandler that would reach. And look at that, we do. So I've already got the backfield here spread, other than a little bit along the east headland there where the sugar beets are. So we'll top that up here, but I ended up running out. So we'll get this loaded up. Obviously, they were able to get a truckload dropped off. We've got another truckload we'll probably be seeing here within the next 45 minutes to an hour, hopefully. And we'll get this field done, and then we'll try and get caught up on some other um, pieces that need the liming. One of the big ones is going to be that sweet sugar. Can't even talk tonight. Sorry, everybody. The sugar beet farm that they're down harvesting. They're still going at that. They've got part of it done. We'll have to sort of keep jogging back and forth between there and here, keeping them empty and going, and then we'll get this spread too. So I was very surprised and happy that this was available to us. So big, huge thank you to our local agro co-op there. This is obviously one of their older units. They don't use it this much this time of the year. I think it's more for spring stuff. But to say, they had the floater tires sitting on it, which is perfect for this. We'll get this spread, and then I told the manure slash digestate crew to take a break here for this morning. I guess they're doing some trucking, otherwise moving some stuff. They've actually got some stuff for us to start moving here too. I think the pig barns are starting to get 20, 30, well, probably 30 to 40,000 liters worth of manure sitting in the bottoms there. So we'll get them emptied and pulled over into the digester there. So they've got lots of digestate to keep moving here. One of the issues that we do have with digestate is that if we don't use it all, I don't really have a source of where to get rid of it. So I've put some ads out that if any other farmers in the area would like some, I think we're going to have more than enough to be able to cover this year's needs coming in for the next season. So if somebody else wanted our guys to be able to spread it for them, they would just have to pay for it that way. So we'll see if anybody is of interest, and we'll just play everything by ear here. It's kind of the way that farming goes. You make plans, and they never work out, ever. I don't know of a day that I've ever made a plan and it's worked out. It just doesn't happen. So sometimes it's better to not make plans and just do the best you possibly can with what you're throwing at every day. But anyways, get this filled up here. More bucket fills. So a spreader like this is capable of doing lime. It's basically just a new liter box that's on the back of it, and pretty much every new liter box right at the moment that has ever been out in the last 10 years is capable of doing lime. It's just they're a small box compared to what you would see on a four-wheel floater like a Tarrigator or one of the new John Deeres. They just can't carry as much, so people don't usually use them for doing this, but it's definitely capable of being able to make something with this work. So we'll make this work for today, and again, grateful for it working, of course. So we're loaded. Let's hop in here. We'll run to the back and get that last little piece licked. It wasn't a very big piece. It was just a little spot along the headlands, and actually when I'm going back, do touch little spots here just to touch up. Nope. Engaged, carry on down, and then so there's two little teeny tiny spots I think on the the side that needs to be touched up. There, yep. One there. We're good. Okay, so there's that chunk done. I think what we'll do is we'll head over to the far side and work our way back. I think it's running east-west on the guidance lines there, so that's what we're going to do here. Actually running a little bit of both. Alright, well, let's go up to the front corner. We'll get that one started, and we'll make these north-south passes done. So right here, our line. Actually, short little small point here to get there. Decent spread, but this is dolomitic lime, so it does throw a little bit further, a little bit more weight to it. That does help. But typically lime is not thrown as far as what the fertilizer would be, just because of the throw characteristics of the product. There's also a lot of dust usually in the lime, which doesn't help things either. Really nice going back after that Tiger has ripped everything up. It's so smooth with those tires that are consolidating on the back end of it. It does a beautiful job. I'm still waiting for the dealer. They're supposed to get back to me after lunch, so we'll see what we get back from them. I think it sounded pretty good, the fact that we're probably going to be able to make something work here, but I guess we'll see what they can do here. I'm scared to death of that tractor now that it's the issues that it had with that rock breaking the transmission. Oh my god. But that shows you those shanks on that ripper are so aggressive, and being parabolic, they've got that big curve to it. It hooked up underneath that rock and it just couldn't move it. And it's no wonder that it just all of a sudden, bam, broke everything. So let's just do this. Get this headland over here cleaned up. We won't have to come back down here again. Into every corner. That's the rule. So it doesn't surprise me that we're having pH issues here. Sugar beets with the high amount of fertilizer that gets put down on them. Typically, obviously we're doing it organically, but typically with the fertilizer requirements, the salts and stuff in the fertilizers can obviously take a toll on the pH. So from what my father-in-law's told me, is it's been 8 years that he's been doing organic here. So this could be just a sign of from the past when he used to use fertilizers, and we're sitting with the issues we're having here. But not a big deal to spread a little bit of lime. Obviously, trying not to do it on a lot of stuff, but at the same point, if we have to do a little bit, then we'll do it. Actually have this much left over based on the amount that got dumped, but we'll take it. Leave us a little bit more to go into some of these other fields. So obviously we had 3 with Horse Farm going, but now we're sort of down to 2 with Missouri River Bottom, and now back to Frankenmuth. Is there a favorite? Are you enjoying this? Are you enjoying the other one? What series are you enjoying the most that I've been putting on so far, and what can we do to make it better so that you enjoy it more? Leave a thing down in the comments. Let me know. And please, somebody get me a subscriber contract. I've been asking for every one that we've done so far, and I don't know what's going on, whether people don't understand what I'm asking for, or I don't know. I have no idea what's going on, but if someone would throw a subscriber contract, a wish list of something off of the product from the farm here that you would like, please, it would be awesome to have something that's not made up by me. Okay. Up. We might have to put a little bit in just to clean the last little bit of it up here. Just no big deal. We're going to use it to go to that other field as soon as they're done anyways. We'll have to get, as soon as I got this headland done, we'll have to pick up and go up and empty those machines if they haven't already gone over to the pile on their own. Sufficient feeling that we're going to be a tad bit light. Oh, look at that. It's going to work. Nice. Drive all over the field here trying to touch up all the spots, but my OCD is not happy when I don't have everything covered. Okay, and then we'll fill this up and we'll have it sit ready to go into that next chunk of ground. Probably put it down ahead of running the Tiger through it, which will be good. And then we can touch these little corners up here when we get this put up into the machine. So. All right, well, let's leave that right there. We'll turn it off. We'll head over in the truck to the sugar beet crew. I have got my eyes actually on a service truck. I'm wondering about maybe trading in that old Ford. My father-in-law's there, and there was a Dodge service truck that I saw online the other day with a service van on the back of it. That I'm thinking that might be kind of handy around here. Give us a little bit bigger truck to be able to pull some stuff too, which would be great. And then have something that if we ever broke down that we can go out and be able to wrench on something without having to get it back to the shop if we needed to. Most of the fields in this area are fine, but it's nice to be able to go some distances away and not be an issue. Okay, so he's full. Horse we can't get through here because he's doing a strikeout. So let's just back up. And that'll let the other rig go straight. And then we can actually follow this one. Oh, he's full too. Look at that. Okay. Well, we'll dump this one manually. We'll probably dump both of them manually, just as easy. This one's for a second, so we can the other one first. It'll make it so that the strikeouts will be a little bit nicer. GPS off. It's back. So I think we should have enough with what's sitting over at the other farm, where the moss is right now, and this field, to be able to get that 500,000 liter contract filled. That's my goal. It'd be really nice to do that because it would allow us to maybe rent some more land. And then they said if they, whatever the value is, we can either buy land or rent land or some equipment or whatever. So we'll just sort of see where the numbers shake out at here for this, but I think we're going to be close. Let's get some steer back up. There it goes. Get it over here. After he gets that extra cut. Actually thinking what we might end up doing is it might bring the moss down here first so we can clean up these beets that we've got sitting on the side of the field so that we can get this ripped and limed. Might be the quickest way. Let get ahead enough here that we don't have to worry about the one that turning around colliding into each other. Still a fair bit. We're not even a third down this field. Okay. Well, while we're over here, I can't spread any lime anyways, so we'll have to wait for a little bit. Why don't we cut over to the hog barns? Just do a quick check. There's a fair bit of manure that's going to be sitting there ready to go, and likely could use a bit of straw put into the barns there to be able to make sure they got lots of straw. I was checking the feed timetable, and it'll be next month that they're due to come in for feed. Oh yeah, we can get that wheat to get that back over to the farm here as quick as we can. All right, let's grab. So they could use a little bit of straw, so throw a bale in there. This one's still got one sitting inside. And this one could use one as well. So we'll grab 2 bales, throw them in, and that'll get things looked after over here. I forgot to look at the manure, how deep it is. About 40,000 liters in this one. 44 in this one. 34. Okay, so there's at least 3 truckloads coming out of here that you can get back to the digester. So we'll make sure that the guys get on that once they start spreading here today. All right, we don't need the pallet work. Head over. Oh, quick patch is so nice. Okay. So set it down and then just push it in. Oop. All right, so that's them looked after. Good. Okay. Well, I might just leave my truck there. Let's get the Fent back over to the farm. Get that weeder washed up and put away. Hopefully not going to have to do any more weeding this year, which would be great. But at 60 feet, it went fast. It's nice having that big of a unit. I'm glad I bought it instead of that small one that we had before. Trees are definitely turning color. The leaves are starting to drop. We'll see if I can maybe do a little bit of wood. There's some contracts in that group there that like some wood out of some of our forests here. So we'll see if we can maybe come up with a little bit of that, which would be great. Put aside money in the winter. And then of course a lot of it will be forward planning on what we're going to do for next year with cropping and everything like that. So I know for sure the field to the right here, this is going to be corn, and the field to the south of the farm where the boats were, that'll be corn. So it'll be nice to have corn close to the barns here to be able to do silage with. And then we'll have some soybeans. I'm not going to do peas next year. Decided against peas. Very viney and hard to deal with after the fact of getting the harvest. So I would rather do a bunch of green beans rather than the peas. So I'm going to do that. And then soybeans, corn, sugar beets. We'll have to get them figured out as to where we're putting them. And actually, it was something that I was wondering about with the sugar beets. Do I need to plow the sugar beet fields? My father-in-law says no, but I know that that was one of the issues with lifting, is to make sure that we didn't have any trash that we needed to deal with. So I'll have to look and see. Talk to the sugar beet board and see what they think. And yeah, I might have to look at we'll use plow if I can find something that might work with the amount of acres that we're trying to cover here. So anyways, I think that that's going to wrap it up for today. A little bit of new stuff, getting the lime spread with that John Deere rig. We're still working away on those sugar beets. Hopefully within the next episode, when the sugar beets done, we'll get that limed. We'll probably move the moss from back here over to that field and start picking off of that field to get some of these beets delivered to the guys that are looking for them. And yeah, then we'll be into November, and we're gonna be able to get beans and corn done finally. So that'll be good. But yeah, anyways, I hope everybody's enjoying these videos. Please like and subscribe. It would help the channel out as always. And we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.